Hello guys, it's Ethan here. Today I'm going to share about my remote duel setup and how do I prepare for the upcoming Battle Royale event by Konami. So yeah, as you guys know, it's the pandemic season. Remote duel is the new norms for all the duelists. So I think it's good to learn how to do remotely, whether it's for the sake of dueling with your friends or dueling for the events like the upcoming one, which is the Duelist Cup and the Battle Royale. Alright, without further ado, let's see what setup do I have here. So as you guys can see, I'm using the method of with my laptop and an external webcam over here. This is the most comfortable and convenient method for me, as I can since I have a laptop, what I have to do is just buy a webcam and then just plug and play. There's a lot of method of remote dueling. I know some people use phone only, some people even have two phones or tablet where they create two Discord account, one to view their opponents and one to film their own field. Alright, for my setup, whether it's PC or laptop, nothing much to say about it. You need to have an internet connection at least, because obviously we are dealing remotely, means through the net. Or should I put it this way, actually we are just video calling our opponents, and instead of showing our face, we film our so-called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel field. As for the webcams, I think there's a lot of brands circulating in the market. What would I recommend is that you grab something like at least $20 or 50 ringgit Malaysia at least, so that you can guarantee a better quality for your dueling experience. As you know, if you have a bad webcam quality, your opponent is going to keep on asking what cards are you playing, as they have problems seeing it. Yeah, you're trying to avoid that from happening. Most of the webcam, they are adjustable, so that you can have a better angle, and on top of that they have something like a clamp, so they can clamp it on behind your monitor, something like that. As I already mentioned, you can either place your webcam on top of your monitor, or if you don't have a monitor, you can just place it on top of your laptop. Make sure to adjust it in the better angle. Or in some laptop, they already have a built-in webcam usually on top of here, so you can just like pull it down a little bit so you can view it to your duel field, and in the same time you can view your opponents. Alternately, you can just like put your webcam on top of a camera stand, because some webcams, they sometimes offers a screw hole at the bottom, so that you can like screw it on the camera stand. Or if you don't have a camera stand, you can find something like tall objects that has a certain height like this, and then you put your webcam on top and then adjust it down like 45 degrees towards your duel field. Another thing I would recommend is that you try to buy a webcam with a built-in microphone, so that way your opponent can hear you clearly. Alright, now that you have seen the physical setup of the remote dueling, which is the webcam and laptop, now that I'm going to show you some non-physical stuff. Basically, this is the platform we are going to use for remote dueling, especially Konami, which is also being utilizing this platform for the Battle Royale last year. So basically, Discord is a platform for the people to create like communities, to gather people, to like they can do video calling, hangouts inside that particular so-called server they created. So first off, you might want to download a client to your own computer and create an account. For account creation, just like just click on login, and then if you don't have it, just click on register and then fill up, and then back to the download. Make sure you download according to your computer OS, and then install. So once you have installed and logged in, you should see something like this. So this is the list of servers you have joined. As you can see over here, I've joined the Remote Duel Battle Royale. So when I click it in, this is the Remote Duel Battle Royale server created by the Konami. So for joining a Discord server, usually Konami will provide a URL. So you just like paste it on your browser and then click on enter. They will redirect you to your Discord client that you have installed. So you just like click. For example, this one I'm joining my own Discord server. So I'm joined. So as you can see, there's a new bubble over here, which is the new Discord server that I've joined. And then from here you can see that there's a bunch of channels over here. So for this speaker icon is so-called the voice channel. So usually we conduct our remote dueling in voice channels, and then the one in the looks like this is the text channel, where we only are allowed to type something over here. Alright, let's take a look on the Remote Duel Battle Royale server created by Konami. So as you can see, there's a bunch of channels over here, and I recommend you guys to at least go and read it up. All these information is helpful for those who have never joined the Battle Royale event before. Alright, if you are looking for opponents during the events, usually there's a specific command you have to type over here so that the bots will pair you up with another opponents, and then you'll be asking to enter a specific rooms. For example, let's take a look on the free duel. This is for casual plays. The command they are using is like an exclamation mark with a free duel, and then this is the bot message over here. So once they have paired with someone, you can see that you have been matched with someone else. Please proceed to your game. The bots will decide who will go first, so there won't be much controversy happenings. And then for the dueling itself, if you are given a room number, just join the room number accordingly. For example, I'm going to join the last one over here. So once you have clicked it in, you can see that I have already entered the room, but you have to click it once to view what actually happening in this room. So here are some of the important setup. For example, the microphones, you can click on the arrow key over here. It allows you to set up what microphone you want to use. So for example, I will use the microphone, the built-in microphone of my webcam. So if you want to mute, just click it. Then they will show a mute icon over here. And then for cameras, same thing. There's a bunch of options depending on how many webcams do you have installed before. So once you're ready, just click on turn on camera, and then you can see that your camera is filming your duel field. Alright, back to my own server. So for things you need to take note about the camera angle is that you want to have it like a 45 degrees facing your duel field. It's better to have a field center so that your opponents can recognize which columns you are playing. Or better off, you have playmat which with duel center fields, which is nice. And then your extra deck, side deck, and main deck has to be visible to your opponent as well. So once you are ready, make sure to unmute yourself to communicate with your opponent. And then now that my opponent is joining, and his screen is loading. As you can see, this is his field and this is mine. If the fields is happen to rotate in the bad way, you can just like tell them. Alright, now that here they have adjusted their angle, so here you can see that you have your field and he has his field side by side. And then for the start of dueling, be sure to like shuffle the decks. And the best practice is that you lay it out in 3 piles for your opponents to shuffle. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then have them to rearrange a deck. If they say 2, 3, 1, you just keep it like this, and then you draw. So for your hands, try to keep it visible for your opponents, but be mindful that you don't show it, you don't put it too downwards, or else your opponents are able to see your hands. Just try to keep it over here. So if you like happen to done your turn, you can just leave your hand over here. Alright, there's one thing about the camera angle which affects the monster placement, because some people tend to have their camera like me. My camera is in front of me, while my opponents, as you can see, he has his camera like from his own view, so that you might want to confer with him whether his monster is placed on the left or right. But technically, like for example, this case he's placing on his left, which means he's placing over here. So if you ever want to see it clearly, want to enlarge his field, you can just like click it. You can see it is enlarged. Another thing is that you try to have better lighting in your room so that your opponents can see your cards. There's not much of a glare on your cards, else they are unable to see it. For example, as you can see here, there's a glare, so you can like you either turn off the lights facing over here, or you can show it to your opponents before you place it into your graveyard. Alright, another thing to take note is that to be sure to check your latency. Because if it's green, it means you are not lagging. If it's red, basically you are lagging. So the best thing is to like you check your latency first before you ever start to pair with someone else. If you are lagging, you shall wait and then or restart your router to make sure your connection is stable before you start to find some opponents. As we tend to replicate the real dueling experience as we are doing like real life, so try to like translate what happens over there to here. So you kind of want to practice some edits. Try not to cheat, like intentionally to close your camera, rearrange your decks, and then put it back on, and then say that you run into technical issues or what. Yeah, try not to do that. And then as I mentioned earlier, if you ever touch on your deck, let them shuffle it, rearrange or what, and then try to keep everything observable on towards the camera. Alright, for remote dueling, I don't think there is much of a difference as compared to the real life duelings. The actual fun and excitement of dueling still remains from remote dueling. Just that it's our own responsibility to practice a good tactics while playing remotely. Right, if you ever happen to disconnect from your room, for example like this, you can just click it back on to the room and then enlarge it, and then turn back on your camera, and be sure to unmute yourself. And then when the match is finished, you just like disconnect and report your result in the dedicated channels. Alright guys, this is my sharings on my remote duel setup and how do I prepare towards this event based on my past experience on attending the remote duel battle royale. I recommend you guys to like try it out if you love dueling, because this basically replicates the real life dueling experience. Try not to be afraid, just like have a test with your friend first before the actual events so that you are familiar with all these controls and stuff. So that's basically much from this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys happen to have any questions regarding how to set up the remote dual, you guys can comment down below and I will try to reply you guys. This is Ethan signing out. Peace.